we were talking earlier about how, in manga, there's shoujo manga, there's manga specifically aimed at women, whereas the comics, and what they found in manga as well, is that comics that are aimed at guys do very well with women, as well as guys, whereas comics aimed at women do okay with women, but they don't do as well with guys, and are often less popular with girls as well.
Right.
Do you think that's true with American comics?
I think so, but I can't say that there are really a lot of comic books that are specifically targeted towards women. I mean, the example
but there have been some attempts, like
there have been
Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane graphic novels and things like that.
Yeah,
and they've always been kind of. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head, and admittedly, it's not my expertise, but I can't think of one that really became, popular.
Yeah. I don't really know. I think that a lot of there isn't like this separation in terms of genre. What works for women and only women, what works for boys.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's kind of like separated into groups in manga.
Well, it's based on how it's published. They're all published in these giant phone book-sized books every week or month, and there's ones for boys, there's ones for girls, there's one for salarymen, there's ones just about like mahjong and gambling stories. I mean,
it's
all sorts of
it's completely different. So, I mean, I think women are more susceptible to violence in comics is okay. I like the Wanting series. I thought that it was a really great series, very violent.
Mm-hmm.
Kick-Ass is a good example. It's a kind of a cute story in a kind of a gory way, but it's good.
Well, like Sandman was hugely popular with girls, still is to this day, and it's very popular with men as well. And they've got that whole serial murderer convention, which is like one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen in a comic from any country. Fables is pretty popular.
Fables is really popular.
I'm actually a big Fables fan.
Are you really?
Myself. I don't read a lot of American
That's very sexually charged. Fables is extremely sexually charged.
Well, fairy tales were very sexually charged back in the day in their original forms. So, I mean, and very violent and gruesome. So it kind of makes sense to me.
But it's still not as, straightforward.
Right.
As some manga.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, like when you look at a standard shoujo girls magazine in Japan, the art's very flowery, lots of curves and curly hair and whatever, and it's almost always slice of life stories or fantasy stories. Mm-hmm. Very little sci-fi, very few giant robots, a lot more cute little fuzzy creatures, things like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, and pink. Lots of pink. You always know, like, the shonen section has, like, mostly, like, yellows and reds and some blues, and then you get to the girls' manga, pink. It's like the Barbie aisle versus, like, the boys' aisle.
Yeah,
and the toy stores. You always notice that. Or, like, you walk into the Hello Kitty store and it's, like, pink.
Right, it's, like, all in your face.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if there is a whole heck of a lot of that. I mean, I think that there are some characters specifically that are specifically targeted towards girls or some...
Well, and some characters were kind of created as, like, we gotta be politically correct.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about a lot of them, and unfortunately a lot of them get killed off pretty quickly.
And not the way that they're gonna come back like Captain America.
Yeah, exactly.
Real kill off. Alright, well, I think we'll get probably a few videos out of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright, cool.